Greetings and blessed day to you once again, people of God. It's the Revelator once again. And hoping the grace and the mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ is with you until the end of time. We are already in the mind-blowing series presentation. The series, The Deep Undercover in the Spirit. I gave you the introduction. And the introduction that I gave you was of a character that is called Enoch. Enoch represented the mystery. Enoch represented the school of the Spirit. And after giving you that introduction, which was a curtain raise up, I then introduced the deep undercover in the Spirit, who is none other than Jesus, whose identity remains also a mystery. But this one remains as the ultimate deep undercover in the Spirit. I explained the scenario where John the Baptist sends two of his disciples to inquire from Jesus, are you the one that has come, or we should wait for another? And I explained clearly to you that the reason why John the Baptist was sending his disciples to inquire, to know if Jesus was really the one, even after Jesus had revealed himself to John the Baptist, even after the heavens had spoken and confirmed during baptism, it is because the character of Jesus was a deep undercover in the Spirit. I explained many scenarios where even the disciples of Jesus did not even know who really Jesus was when Jesus had asked, who do the people say I am? And even Peter that got the answer correct, it was because the Heavenly Father had revealed it unto him. We continue today in the deep undercover in the Spirit. But today, in the deep undercover in the Spirit, I want to explain a character that is not only deep undercover under the command of Christ, but a character that is classified, a character that was classified and it remains classified. I want to present Elijah the classified. I'm going to be taking you back into the passage, the same passage that we were reading earlier on in Jesus, the deep undercover in the Spirit. Now, John the Baptist has already sent two of his disciples to Jesus. And after his two disciples have been answered by Jesus, go and show John the Baptist the things that you did not only see, but the things that you ate, the things that you did not only hear, but the things that you saw. I explained that part that Jesus did not want to blow up his cover. And then when the disciples of John had left, Jesus himself, who was the deep undercover in the Spirit, started explaining things about a very complicated character. And the character that Jesus was explaining was the character of John the Baptist. This character that Jesus was now explaining was a very complicated character. Why? Because I'm soon going to be giving you certain mysterious information that is already evidently written in scriptures about John the Baptist, so that you know that behind John the Baptist was not just John the Baptist. And Jesus begins to explain to the ones that remained, and he said, what went ye out to see in the wilderness? As he explained about John the Baptist. And he said, a reed shaken with the wind. But what really did you go out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment. Jesus gives different descriptions that are contrary to the actual character of John the Baptist. Why? Because Jesus was explaining another character that was not John the Baptist. And then he even gives description saying, behold, they that wear soft clothing are in king's houses. But what went ye out to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, more than a prophet. Now hear me. The moment that Jesus says more than a prophet, Jesus is now revealing a hidden identity, a classified piece of information that the Revelator needs to reveal who really John the Baptist was. The one that was more than a prophet was the one that was being revealed, that was inside John the Baptist, whom I'm going to get back to you so that I reveal the actual identity of the one that was more than a prophet. And then Jesus furthermore continues saying, for this one is the one that it has been written about, saying, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, we shall prepare the way for you. And verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there has not risen anyone that is greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding that he is the least in the kingdom of heaven. He was now referring to his humility. And then Jesus begins to further explain the character of John the Baptist and says, for all the prophets and the law prophesied until John, and if you will receive it, this is not only John the Baptist, but this is Elijah, which was yet to come and has already come. And then he says, for John came neither eating nor drinking, but still you say he is a devil. And the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and behold, you started giving him names, saying he's a drunkard, a wine piper, or a friend of publicans and sinners. And then Jesus starts to explain that John the Baptist came not eating and drinking, and you started giving him names, you started accusing him. But the Son of Man came here eating and drinking, and you called him a drunkard. Meaning that a part of Jesus' cover that Jesus had came presenting was in the fact that Jesus did not come in the dimension of appearing or reflecting as one that was righteous and holy. This is why it confused them. This is why it disturbed them. Why? Because they expected to see a righteous priest, a holy one that was separated from the sinners. Part of Jesus' cover was that Jesus came eating and drinking. But in responding to those that had earlier heard Jesus talking to the disciples of John, Jesus then says, Elijah has already come. And when Jesus is saying Elijah has already come, he's talking about John the Baptist. This is content that is confusing. Why? Because while Jesus is talking about John the Baptist, Jesus is already revealing to them about Elijah. While they think that Jesus is talking about John the Baptist. So there are two characters that are here. And there is a classified character. The classified character is the one that these people cannot see, which is Elijah. Elijah is the one that has surely come, but it is John the Baptist that has come in the spirit of Elijah. Now, for us to understand more on this classified character, let us go to the book of Matthew chapter 17 verse 1. And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John, his 3 most loyal disciples. And there was a transfiguration before them, and his face did shine. There is something that was unusual that happened whilst they were at this mountain. What happened is that there was a transfiguration, a supernatural manifestation of a light that covered Jesus. And when that light covered Jesus, there were 2 other characters that appeared. The character that appeared there was Moses' character. I'm soon going to be taking you into that character in the next presentations. And the other character that appeared was the character of Elijah. Now, I need you to understand this. Elijah was taken by the horses and chariots of fire. But before he was taken by the horses and chariots of fire, he was being followed by Elisha. And as he was being followed by Elisha, so many times, if not 2 to 3 times, he would tell Elisha, "Turn here," which was to say, "Wait here." And Elijah did not want the other prophets, the junior prophets, to know that he was about to be taken. Elijah again kept secrets about his identity. And the one that was meant to know that he was about to be taken was only Elisha. Up until the very hour that Elijah was taken. If you want to know that Elijah's character was classified, before he was taken, the other junior prophets would tell Elisha that not knowing that your master is going to be taken away from you today. Your master is going to be removed upon your head. But none of them followed Elijah. Up until Elijah was taken by the horses and chariots of fire. And when Elijah was taken by the horses and chariots of fire, what you are meant to believe is that Elijah was taken to heaven. Indeed, he was taken to heaven because there is not only one heaven, but many heavens. Meaning that Elijah was taken to a certain realm. And after Elijah was taken to a certain realm, you are meant to believe that Elijah has already departed. But in the New Testament, Elijah is now appearing on the transfiguration. The same Elijah that was taken by the horses and chariots of fire is now appearing on the transfiguration. The same Elijah that is appearing on the transfiguration is the same Elijah in whom Jesus is telling the disciples that Elijah has already come, but he has come through John the Baptist. And at the time when Elijah is transfiguring, Elijah has already appeared through John the Baptist, but John the Baptist again has already been beheaded. I hope someone is understanding what I'm saying here about this classified character. This classified character is appearing in different dimensions, in different mysterious ways that need to be explained by the Revelator here. Earlier on, we've read Jesus making it clear that this is not John the Baptist. This is Elijah that has already come. And then John the Baptist is later beheaded while he's in prison, after Herod's daughter commanded and required a birthday gift, and that gift was John the Baptist's head. John the Baptist is beheaded, and after John the Baptist is beheaded, the people that heard that Elijah has already come, they are watching and they hear that John the Baptist is now deceased. And the disciples of Jesus now know that the one that came in the spirit of Elijah is now deceased. Now the same disciples are hearing Jesus saying, Elijah has already come, and he came through John the Baptist. But the same disciples, they are witnessing Elijah transfiguring alongside Jesus. And the same disciples know that the same Elijah was taken by the horses and the chariots of fire. How many dimensions is Elijah operating here as a classified agent from the realms? Elijah is appearing as a host, hosting the spirit of John the Baptist. Elijah is appearing as a representative that is being represented by John the Baptist. Elijah is appearing at the transfiguration, and he actually appears at the transfiguration conversing with Jesus. Elijah has been made unto us to believe that he was taken by the horses and chariots of fire, but Elijah is conversing with Jesus on the transfiguration. And after the transfiguration, when they were now going down the mountain, in Matthew chapter 17 verse 9, as they came down from the mountain, Jesus charged them, saying, tell the vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead. Why? Why? Because this is not an ordinary vision. Jesus knew that if these three disciples that saw Elijah were going to tell the other disciples and everyone that they saw Elijah, this was going to be very confusing. People are going to question Jesus, but you said Elijah has already come through John the Baptist. But others will be saying Elijah was taken by the horses and chariots of fire, and Elijah only ended in the Old Testament. And then how are you going to explain to us that Elijah transfigured alongside Jesus? Jesus resorted to telling his disciples, tell no man this vision until I'm crucified and put to death, and until I resurrect. The mystery of the character of Elijah is the reason why Jesus is telling his disciples, tell no man this vision until the Son of Man is resurrected. Why? Because Elijah never tasted death like Enoch, who was in the first presentation. Why? Because Elijah remained alive as Christ, the deep undercover, who is from the second presentation. Why? Because Elijah represents a system, a classified system, a classified level of information about the kingdom. Why? Because Elijah represents another deep undercover under the command of Christ. This is why he transfigured alongside Jesus Christ. Child of God, once again, I come to represent the ongoing series presentation, the deep undercover in the spirit, the classified, the special forces unit, in the name of Jesus.